newspaper. Lieutenant Governor bound by the advice of Delhi government. Lieutenant Governor bound by the advice of Delhi government. 5-judge bench of the Supreme Court. 5-judge constitutional bench of the Supreme Court told this. There is a constitutional amendment called 69th Constitutional Amendment. 69th Constitutional Amendment. With that amendment, Delhi, which is a UT, have become NCT. Delhi, which is a UT, have become NCT. NCT means National Capital Territory. UT means Union Territory. Earlier, before 1991, before 69th Amendment, Delhi had an administrator. After 69th Amendment, Delhi had Lieutenant Governor. Delhi had Lieutenant Governor. And Delhi had Legislative Assembly also. Legislative Assembly. Now the thing is, there is an issue between Aam Aadmi Party government and Lieutenant Governor in Delhi. Lieutenant Governor discretionary powers. To what extent he has discretionary powers, whether he can use his discretionary powers in each and every affair. This was a question. In this question, what happened? The case went up to Supreme Court and the Supreme Court gave a judgment today. Lieutenant Governor is bound by the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. To some extent, the Lieutenant Governor's powers were reduced with this judgment, got diluted with this judgment. In Delhi, land, law and order and police. There are 3 issues: land, law and order and police. As Delhi is the capital city and in Delhi there are lot many intelligence and security issues involved. These three issues are very, very important. So, in this, Delhi state government have no powers and central government will take up all the powers. And rest all, some discretionary powers are there in the hands of Lieutenant Governor. He can take any issue to the President. That means more powers in the hands of Lieutenant Governor. But in each and every difference of opinion, in each and every trivial issue, in each and every small issue, Lieutenant Governor should not take it to the President. This was a judgment. So, if there is a very important issue, serious difference of opinion, that is okay. But in every day-to-day administration, and Lieutenant Governor is just enough. The government just to inform the day-to-day governance to the Lieutenant Governor. The government every day need not take the consent of the Lieutenant Governor. It's enough that the government inform the issue. రోజువారీ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్లో గవర్నమెంట్ ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేస్తే సరిపోతుంది. గవర్నమెంట్ ప్రతిదీ లెఫ్టినెంట్ గవర్నర్ పర్మిషన్ తీసుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు ప్రతి చిన్న అంశంలో. ఇన్ డే టు డే అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్, ఇన్ డే టు డే గవర్నెన్స్, and day to day governance, the Delhi government need not take everyday permission from Lieutenant Governor. It's enough that Delhi government informs them. It's enough that if Delhi government informs. The Lieutenant Governor has no independent authority to take decisions except in matters under Article 239 or matters outside the purview of the government. So, Lieutenant Governor in Delhi have no independent authority to take up the decisions, and there is no room for anarchy or absolutism in democracy. We are living in democracy. Democracy means public representatives have a final say. We are living in a democracy. In democracy, people's representatives have final say. They see single man decision, Lieutenant Governor or President decision or government decision. Delhi government, Delhi MLAs, they are all elected by the people. So, their power is also equally important. They are also equally good. So, In a democracy, anarchism or absolutism have no room, have no place. ప్రజాస్వామ్యంలో నియంతృత్వం ఉండకూడదు. In democracy, anarchism and absolutism have no room, should not have any place. And except for the issues of public order, police and land, the Lieutenant Governor should bound by the aid and advice given by the Delhi government. Except law and order, land and police. Except law and order, land and police, the Delhi government is bound by the advice of the Delhi Governor General. Lieutenant Governor is bound by the advice of the Delhi government. Real authority to take decisions, real authority to take decisions is vested with the elected government. Real authority to take decisions is vested with the elected government. The Lieutenant Governor is only titular head, TITULAR. The Lieutenant Governor is only titular head, TITULAR. Titular means symbolic, only nominal head. The Lieutenant Governor is only titular head, symbolic head or only nominal head. Every trivial issue, every trivial difference, trivial means very minute, very small, TRIVIAL. Every trivial dispute, every trivial difference, every trivial difference of opinion between Lieutenant Governor and Delhi government should not be referred to the President. Every issue, every small issue should not be referred to the President. The issue which is referred to the President should be the issue of substance, of national importance. If the issue goes to the President, that means the issue is very important, important for national interest. అంటే జాతి ప్రముఖమైన అంశాలు, జాతికి ఇంపార్టెంట్ అంశాలు మాత్రమే, the issues which are important for the country, not for normal things. And in this regard, the Chief Justice of India, Deepak Mishra, interpreted the matter. See, Article 239AA, capital A, capital A. Article 239AA was added by 69th Amendment. Article 239AA speaks that the Lieutenant Governor can send any matter to the President. The 239AA clause 4. 239AA clause 4 says that the Lieutenant Governor can submit any matter to the President. Deepak Mishra told, CJI Deepak Mishra told, any matter does not mean each and every matter. Any matter does not mean every matter. Any matter means any issue of national importance, not each and every matter. Any issue of national importance, not each and every matter. This is very important. So, the NCT government, the Delhi government, need only to inform the Lieutenant Governor. Routine governance issues need only to inform, need not take everyday consent, need not take everyday consent. Two words were very important: constitutional pragmatism. Constitutional pragmatism. Pragmatic means practicality. We should implement the constitutional issues in a practical, democratic and a possible way. Constitutional pragmatism. We should implement this in a practical, democratic and a possible way. Pragmatism means practical, and there should be clear separation of powers. This is the power of Lieutenant Governor, this is the power of government. There should be clear separation of powers. And in Delhi, the postings and transfers of IAS officers are also done by the central government. Okay, now Delhi government is saying, first thing, Aam Aadmi Party demand is Delhi should be made as state, should not be NCT. If all powers are exercised by Lieutenant Governor, what for Delhi government? If Delhi government cannot allot land even to a playground, if Delhi government cannot allot land even for a playground. What for Delhi government? This is a question. So, the first demand of Aam Aadmi Party is make the Delhi as a state, a full-fledged state. Second demand is reduce the powers of Lieutenant Governor. Now, the court told Lieutenant Governor have no unlimited powers, no absolutism. Elected government is very, very important, and Delhi have elected government. Land, law and order and police, these three issues are in state subject. There the Lieutenant Governor can use some discretionary powers because Delhi is the headquarters of the central government and Delhi state government cannot unilaterally take decisions. So, they can consult the central government. Am I clear? So, this is the issue of Lieutenant Governor bound by the advice of the Delhi government says constitutional bench. Remember. Next. Union Cabinet cleared DNA profiling bill. Don't see in the newspaper. Union Cabinet cleared DNA profiling bill. Union Cabinet cleared DNA profiling bill. What is this DNA profiling bill? See, collecting the samples of DNA of important persons or all the people according to the mandate of the bill, particularly collecting the samples of criminals so that it will be easy for law enforcement mechanism like police to identify the criminals very fast. So, if X have committed a crime, collect the DNA sample, keep it, store it. In future, if there is some mischief, if you have a doubt, you can match the DNA sample with the criminal. So, it will become very easy if you follow this technology. So, DNA profiling bill have become, now is going to become a reality. The bill will be introduced, Union Cabinet cleared the bill. It's called DNA profiling bill. And next important, let's go to the open editorial page. Okay, so editorial I have already explained. Next, lead article, the paradox of job growth. The paradox of job growth. The article says, in the recent CSO data, Central Statistical Office data, it was shown that 4.1 million new jobs were created in India. 4.1 million new jobs were created in India. 4.1 million new jobs were created in India. The other says, most of the times the data released by the government is not accurate, is not correct. The entire article revolves around the concept called government data, can you rely on it? The thing is, when any employment enters into a social security net like pension, like insurance or like PF, anything, then that will be calculated as employment. Sometimes same person will get enrolled in PF, insurance, pension and other benefits. So, it will be duplicated and triplicated. 2 times the same things will be entered, 3 times the same thing will be entered. So the data which was provided by the government authorities is not always accurate. Is not always accurate. This was the gist. If you remember that, it was okay. Next article, freedom from being India locked. Freedom from being India locked. This is the article. This article is related to Nepal-India relations. Freedom from being India locked article is related to Nepal-India relations or India-Nepal relations. Nepal is a landlocked country. It do not have any access to sea. Nepal is a landlocked country. It do not have any access to sea. Say for example Switzerland, landlocked country. Is India a landlocked country? No, because India have access to sea. So traditionally India-Nepal have friendship treaty. India-Nepal have ties. In fact, India supports Nepal to the maximum extent, and Nepal is dependent on India. There is no doubt about it. But the thing is, in 2015, Nepal had a new constitution. Nepal had a new constitution. It is considered as one of the modern constitutions. It includes LGBT rights. The new constitution of Nepal also had LGBT rights. It made Nepal a federal country. It made Nepal a federal country where Nepal will be like this, and the country was made as states through parallel lines. Most of the Nepal is a Pahad area, hilly region, and the people residing in the plain regions under the hills, in the plain areas, they are called Terai region. That area is called Terai, T-E-R-A-I, Terai region. Most of the Madeshis live in the Terai region. Most of the Madeshis live in the Terai region. And here, when they made Nepal as a federal state, they have divided Nepal, they have made the territorial divisions parallelly. That means in every state, Madeshis are the minority. Nepal ఇలా ఉంటుంది. దాన్ని వాళ్ళు ఏం చేశారంటే ఇలా పొడవుగా గీతలు గీశారు. దాంతో కింద భాగాన ఉన్న ప్రతి ఒక్కళ్ళు కూడా మైనారిటీస్ అయిపోయారు. ప్రతి స్టేట్లో వాళ్ళు మైనారిటీస్. సో ఇన్ ఎవ్రీ స్టేట్ most of the states, the Madeshis are minorities, and Madeshis were not given a proper priority in their constitution, in their citizenship rights, and most of the Madeshis have their marital or family links with India. Madeshis are called half Indians. They are also called as half Indians, and in this Nepal-India relations, informally a blockade was imposed on Nepal, because India asked Nepal to postpone the constitution and to accommodate the interests of Madeshis, but Nepal was not in favor of that. What happened? The people in the Madeshi region, Terai region, Indo-Nepal border, actually blockaded the Nepal. No transport from India to Nepal. It affected Nepal. And next thing, Nepal got earthquake in 2015. Nepal got earthquake in 2015, and India helped Nepal. Now Mr. Oli, he is leading Nepal. He is playing China card against India. Earlier Nepal is considered as India locked country, means complete ties with India. Now in geopolitically, India cannot think that Nepal is completely dependent on India. Now Nepal and China both are going, Nepal is moving towards China. Here India should take a lead and have a better priority with Nepal. Otherwise, India-Nepal relations might go with a new low. In this perspective, EPG, Eminent Persons Group, to conduct better talks between India and Nepal, to have better ties between India and Nepal, we are promoting EPG, Eminent Persons Group. We are promoting this. This is a very good move. Okay, we need to extend our friendship hand with Nepal. India also should consider that geopolitically, the small countries like Bhutan, Nepal, Maldives are now no more exclusively dependent on India. Okay, they want their own friendships. Next article, fuel, getting the mix right. Fuel, getting the mix right. FUEL, fuel, getting the mix right. The petrol and diesel prices are increasing day by day. Common man is feeling the heat, and we had ethanol blended petrol. 5% of ethanol is blended in petrol. There are various good reasons for this. One is cost, second is fuel efficiency, third is environmental pollution. Biofuels will reduce environmental pollution. If you use biofuel, what is a biofuel? A fuel which is generated through like plants, trees, sugarcane, all these things. It's called biofuel. When you use this, you will get no environmental pollution, no combustions, and less pollution. In Australia, maximum 100%, and in various countries, they use better ethanol blended petrol. But in India, it is not the complete case. In Brazil, it was 27%. Australia go 100%. In India, recently we have released National Biofuel Policy 2018. Recently, we have released National Biofuel Policy 2018. And the other says, promising the moon and delivering the little. Promising the moon and delivering the little. And there is no time bound framework for these biofuels, blending of biofuels. And earlier we thought we can go up to 20% of blending of ethanol, but we are not even reaching 9%, 10%. Orissa and many states in India have not blended ethanol with petrol. Orissa, zero blending. Blending a layer, zero blending. So it's a time to increase ethanol blending in the petrol. It's a time to increase biofuels for many reasons. Petrol prices, pollution, all these things. And other problem is, if you increase more ethanol in petrol, our engines should also become ready. It's not that our engines accept immediately more ethanol into petrol. Okay, if you put more ethanol in petrol, suddenly in the engine they will get damaged. So you should make our engines ready first, then we should increase the ethanol blending in the petrol. Okay, kindly read National Policy on Biofuels 2018. It's very important for exam. National Policy on Biofuels 2018. Next article, opening up to the world. Opening up to the world. Opening up to the world. This article is not that important. The content is very important, but the write-up in this article is not so important. India needs world-class universities. Our IITs, IIMs and higher education institutions are not maintaining standards and excellence in education. Our IITs, IIMs and other higher education institutions they are not maintaining standards in education. In fact, in this context, I wish to tell you one thing. If your school and college education is right, your civil services preparation will be very easy. A teacher should not ask you here to teach NCERT books again and again. NCERT books, basic concepts, they should be taught in the school level and college level. And if you are very good at your academics, it will become very easy now. The problem is, the entire education system from school level to college level and university level is more about by-hearting the system, less about conceptual clarity. That is a major problem why again you need to sit for 2-3 years to pass the exam. Okay, what all? See, biofuel. By this time you would know the entire content. Or for example, Nepal-India relations. At least to an extent you should know the Nepal, Madeshis, who are Madeshis, all those things. So, excellence in higher education is really important. Recently, Indian government have developed National Institutional Ranking Framework. The government of India have developed a rankings for institutions, higher educational institutions, called National Institutional Ranking Framework. So, let us see how our education institutions will actually cope up with the new challenges and become world-class educational institutions, and they will become world-class educational institutions. Okay, these are the important current affairs.